What's going on YouTube? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Combiner Wars Scattershot. Now, Scattershot is a retool of the already released Silverbolt, and he is modeled in this powder blue off red. Actually, he's modeled in like a couple of different colors of red, like red and bright maroon, white, powder blue, and some silver for the guns. Overall, he looks pretty good. He does have a couple of differences from Silverbolt, which we'll do a quick comparison here in a second. Overall, though, he looks pretty good, and he definitely looks like Scattershot. Especially that head sculpt. That head sculpt is definitely G1 Scattershot. Standing side by side, you can see that Scattershot on the left and Silverbolt on the right are exactly the same, save for their head sculpts and some parts on their back, which we'll compare them in vehicle mode here in a second. The likenesses are just really kind of upsetting because it's obvious that this is just a lazy retool of an already pretty darn good figure. And this is what? The third version of this mold we're getting? If you know how Silverbolt transforms, Scattershot is the same. Starting off with the feet, fold up the heels, then flip the entire foot into the back of the leg, while also opening up this little panel here, and then turning the legs such that the inside of the shins are pointing towards the inside of the figure. Take the arms, fold them all the way out, and turn them so that the opening or tops of the fists are pointing to the bottom of the figure. Grab the head, pull it forward to open up the chest, and then fold the head up into the chest and close the chest. Reach around back, spread the wings a little bit so we can grab the plain fuselage and pull it forward and snap it into place. Then come down to the legs and fold them up, and those little tiny flaps that we unfolded will peg into the rear tail wing, or the bottom of the tail wing. So just make sure that they're folded out and get them lined up and into place. Then take the fists, and then take the forearms and at the elbow, bend them. I like to do just one full click, fold them back, and the fists will gently sit in this recess right above where the knee is. Fold the wings down, and they will peg into the tops of the arms, and then fold the tail wing up and reach underneath the fuselage and flip out the front landing gear, which in this case is an actual landing gear peg as opposed to a giant wheel. Now, I have to admit, this is definitely Scattershot. This is most definitely a version of Scattershot. We have the giant cannon here in the front, we have the plain fuselage, and then this giant brick in the back. I'd say this mold works better as Scattershot than it does as Silverbolt, but well, let's go ahead and look at both of them together to see the similar and differences. So, starting off at the back, you can see that the wings are completely different. The outside wings, Scattershot has these weird wings that have no lift capability whatsoever to the more Concorde-like wings. And then the front of the fuselage and the rear top tail wing are different. So there is different moldings. Oh, and the landing gears. We've got Silverbolt's actually being a wheel, while Scattershot's is this weird peg thing. Yeah, they are somewhat different, but they're obviously mold brothers. You could just tell. Oh well, Hasbro does like to reuse molds over and over and over again. And with a little bit of fiddling, you can come up with that mock cannon mode that the original G1 figure had. It looks just as stupid here. Now for the combiner torso. Take the fuselage and fold it back up into place, unpeg the wings and fold them back in like we were forming robot mode. Take the arms and straighten them out, and then turn them so that you can put the arms down and front where the fuselage was. Then turn the arms so that the fists are pointing to the top of the vehicle mode. Come to the bottom of the vehicle mode, flip the fists back along the back of what will be the combiner mode legs. Come under where the crotch is and just grab your nail or a fingernail in this little opening and flip up the combiner head, fold out the antennas, and then slide the combiner head into the little tab in the back of the fuselage. Next, take the Autobot symbol, and it is just on this little door. Fold that up to cover up a hole, and then take these panels on the sides of the back of the legs and fold them in and combine them to fill the torso section in. And sometimes that doesn't want to go. Finally, grab the shoulder areas and fold these panels down so we can combine some parts to him. The torsos next to each other, as you could see, are identical. No changes. No changes in molding, no changes in really anything. In fact, the only thing that's different are the antennas. The antennas on Betatron, not Computron, Betatron, are a little bit stiffer and move better than the antennas here on Superion. So they are definitely stiffer. Other than that, they are identical. Faceplate, identical. Visor, identical. There's nothing different. There's no difference between the two other than paint. And that's a shame because Hasbro had a chance to make a new head or add something else to Betatron from Superion, and they didn't, and that sucks. According to the directions, Scattershot is supposed to hook up with Prowl, Ironhide, Sunstreaker, and Mirage. And quite frankly, I didn't like that, so I went ahead and just used the aerial bots. Because we've got Superion in red. That's the only difference here. So, yeah. Otherwise, I actually like Scattershot. I think it's a fun figure. The changes on the plane mode and the robot mode are just enough to warrant a recommendation, especially if you like Scattershot. But man, I wish they used a different head. I'm really hoping third-party peeps come out with a different head for this guy. And I'm really wondering if we're actually going to get the Technobots, or maybe in this case, they're going to be called the Beta Bots, which, oh dear Lord, that's horrible. So gang, I like Scattershot. You probably might not, but I actually kind of dig it. It's neat. So with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this video review. As always, I'm going to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.